Okay, today we have one of our favorite Nikki, the Nikki 6 carburetor. This is the one that came off of the machine, but as you notice, it's one of the older ones. Doesn't have that damn thing on the bottom of it. So I've been asked by Hipa to do another video on their carburetor. So this is their version of the Nikki carburetor without the anti-backfire solenoid. So you get a hose, and you get the little thing that goes on here. You get the gasket that goes against the plastic part. And then here is this. Now, the only problem that I foresee is it has the bend, which is okay because that's what I think the problem was. This Nikki is for a higher horsepower. But when I looked up the part for the engine itself, it gave me this part number for this one. So it's only a 13 and a half, and I think this one is for a 17 and up. So this one here is for, I think, a 10 up to a 16 and a half. So that is that. I'm not going to be able to test it today because it's pouring rain out, and I just am doing the video in between the sound of the rain because it's deafening in my front shed. But it looks great. Looks like a nice piece of carburetor. Has all the same holes as you can see in here, which you can't see, sorry. And you can see down the side of here, right here, and right here. That's for that, and that's behind the Welch plug right here. This one has the foam guys on it, but that came off years ago on these. Today it's 28 degrees out, so got my low electric heater going, got my turbo guy, but he was gone. I had turned him off. But this is my latest conquest. It's a snapper. It's not a Comet, it's a one after the Comet, but it's got the high vac 28-inch deck. I picked this up with a customer that had bought a black Craftsman snapper version, almost brand new, and he just fell in love with the machine, but he wanted a bagger. Well, you know how hard they are to get, especially cheap. Well, I found one online that came with the bagger on this one, and this one, which runs after I fix everything up, $100 for both. So him and I got together and we decided to go over and get it from New Jersey, right across the bridge, so from where him and I live. But this is a 13 and a half Intech. The valves were way out of whack, so I had to redo the valves. But it has the pull start on it. And imagine trying to pull start a 13 and a half horsepower engine. It can be done, but it's really hard to do because it's usually a 12, maybe a 10, maybe an 8. This one originally came with an 8, I can tell you that. But it will start on starter floats. I know everything else is fine with it. I had to free up the starter. It was rusted, but I fixed that. The engine itself was a little seized, but it turned out to be underneath of the tractor, not the motor itself. And then here, carburetor, needed a new carburetor, so I got hooked up with my buddies at Hipa. what did I do with it? Oh, here it is right here. This is the old carburetor, which is a, you know, Nikki 6. I tried cleaning it, but it just would not come back to life. So I decided, you know, Hipa had hit me up, wanted me to do a couple of winter projects. So this is one of them. I'm going to get it running. I'm waiting for a couple more parts to come from them. And then I'll put everything together and give it a first start with the new carburetor on it. This is the carburetor that they sent me. An exact copy of the Nikki. I was going to try to do a wall barrel, but those things are expensive anymore. I have a couple laying around, but I'm saving them for bigger engines. And there it is right there. As you can see, it has a bend in it. The original one didn't have a bend in it, so therefore you know it was for a larger horsepower engine. And this one here has the curve in it, so it's for a smaller horsepower engine. Like I said, it says the exact same thing. I'm not putting that little plastic cap on the end of that thing right there until I have it in place. As you can tell how tight it is in there. But yeah, it comes with a hose, fuel line, and a gasket, which is cool. So let me put this away, like in there. And then this is the part that goes on to the actual engine itself. So everything is cool. Put the bag in there and get dust on it. But yeah, you know, other than that, I have been messing around with this for a little while. The other parts I'm waiting for to come from Hipa is the starter relay, because it just does not work. I tried it and all the other stuff in there works just fine. I tested it all. So I'm waiting for the starter relay to come, and they said it's supposed to come probably within this week. But yeah, even the key works. What I'm going to have to get after this is, if you look how much play is in that. I'll try to fix that. But yeah, that's one of the things I want to mention here. I love these old machines. The tires on them, the wheels, they hold air beautifully. This thing has held air, the guy said, since he bought it. And he bought it like 15 years ago. It has never needed air. I love how the rubber's made back then compared to today. But everything else here looks pretty good. But what I wanted to try to do, try to put a bigger horsepower engine on this and make like a racer out of it. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, because if you look, it's off center to the one side over that way. So I don't think I'll be able to do it. And the person that had it before me took off the upright supports so you can work on the bottom of it, and he can't find them. He doesn't know what happened to him. But if you look at the exhaust, come around here, you follow me here. That's going to have to be replaced. But yeah, you know, stay tuned. I'll be doing more on this pretty soon. Oh, I also want to show you something else over here. I'm cleaning up space here. That's why everything's trashed. But I got the Hipa. No, I'm sorry, not Hipa. Vivor heater, the diesel heater, and that thing really works nice. I have it exited down there. That's my 30-inch snapper high back deck for that machine. That's where I have it exited. I have the air coming around that way, completely separated from each other. And I have that up there, running off a battery. That's my pump for refilling that. But yeah. And if you come over here, I have it exiting over here. Right there. But it's 32 outside. It's saying 49, but it's not 49 outside. It's about 32. This temperature thing is a little messed up, but it's 64.5 inside. It's really cool. Keeps it nice and toasty. I run this for about, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. As you can see, I repaired it a few times. 15-20 minutes, it heats the whole place up, and then the Vivor diesel heater keeps it warm here the rest of the time that I'm doing it. So that's really cool. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll be doing more stuff to this. And thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.